What's up, Epic 7? Let's talk for just a minute about the changes that have been made to the arena system. Right? I don't know how many of you guys have been enjoying these changes. I, for one, have not. Now, they did make some changes to the way arena ranking works and a lot of additions, including a battle pass, and this has all made arena in general a better place. But there was a big problem last season with point inflation, where the way the system was working out, without having weekly resets on the points, people's scores were getting so incredibly high that it was making it exceedingly difficult to climb and compete. The point bloat was our number one complaint last season. Well, that and people camping ranks. If you don't know what camping ranks was, there was a glitch in the system where on Monday people could be attacked, but they didn't lose points until they logged in. That was hot patched in about the 11th or 12th week of the season, so that's no longer a problem. But what is a problem is the way they addressed point bloat. We all sent feedback. All of the content creators who care about Arena sent feedback up for the community saying, all you need to do is reset the points to the bottom of the ranks. For example, if they reset this Sunday, Turmeric would still be Legend 1, but his points would reset to the top of Legend 1, which would be 7,000. All of the people in Champion 4 would reset to the bottom of the rank for Champion 4. All of the people in Masters would reset to the bottom of the rank for whatever rank in Masters they were. It was an elegant solution that restored the ability for people to climb and get Skystones and maintained engaging competitive nature of Arena. Instead, Smilegate decided to double down on the existing system, and to address point bloat, they made it incredibly difficult to get points. So difficult that if you lose, you will lose more than you gain. It makes it much more difficult to maintain a streak by extending streaks from just 10 wins to 20 to 30 wins, depending on how high your rank is. And if your streak is broken, and anybody who's played Arena knows, maintaining a streak is incredibly difficult this season. If your streak is broken, it takes many, many more fights to get the streak back, and it pushes your elo down so much you can't see people above you. So when your streak is broken, you can't fight the people who are ranked above you, thereby you can't pull them down to help you climb. You've got to get your streak up before you can even see the people above you so that you can attack them and help pull them down and help you climb up. This means that these people who are up here at the top are probably going to be up here at the top for the entire season, because the people that are in the bottom 50 will never see the people in the top 50 unless they maintain a huge streak and are able to start pulling them down. And if those people could maintain a huge streak, they'd probably be in the top 50 themselves. So it's a system that has removed all ability for anybody to climb for the reward Skystones, and the reward Skystones are nice. There's like, between Emperor and Legend, there's over 10,000 Skystones sitting here for the first time achievement, and no one's ever going to be able to climb to get those. Maybe the Emperor ones, but the Legend ones, you're going to spend way more Skystones swimming in this pool to try to get these than you would earn from completing it. So that feels really bad and really scummy. Also, it's a 12-week long event. You see, they actually post the season ending in the upper left-hand corner, and that's kind of nice. A 12-week long season event where 10 and a half of those weeks don't matter for placement. They've really just made this a daily quest thing, and I, for one, am very unhappy with the change and hope that maybe for Season 3, they listen to the community and actually reset the ranks instead of tinkering with how many points you lose or gain from wins and losses, how long it takes to get a streak, all the kind of stuff that just makes it legitimately harder to climb when our chief complaint was it's hard to climb and compete because of point bloat. So doing a graphical change where it just looks like the points aren't seriously bloated when they are. I mean, 20,000 points looked bloated. 10,000 points doesn't look bloated until you realize you get less than half of the amount of points climbing this season than you got last season. And the proof of that is I'm currently ranked 96. I am in the top 100, and I'm still Champion 2. There are only 8 people in Legend, and we're coming up on week 3. Heck, there are only 13 people in Emperor. Rank 14. Rank 14 is still in Champion 1. That's how difficult it is to climb. That's how catastrophic breaking your streak is to being able to compete and climb in this new system. People can't even achieve the minimum score necessary to get into Emperor and Legend. What should be 1,000 players, what should be 100 players, is only showing in the teens and single digits. So Smilegate needs to address this. They need to fix the system. They need to listen to their community who's been playing this for years, who said, look, I get that you don't want to reset everybody down. You want to let people maintain their ranks. Well, let them maintain their ranks. Reset the points within the ranks. Reset the Legend 1 to 7,000 points on Monday. Reset the 100 people or 50 people in Legend 6 to 6,500 points. They'll still be Legend 6 Monday, but the point inflation is handled directly by the point resets. Everybody who's in Emperor 5, the 1,000 some odd people in Emperor 5 will drop down to 6,000 points. The 200 people in Emperor 1 will drop down to 6,400 points. It's an elegant, simple solution that lets people climb for their first time Skystones, maintains the competitive nature of the fight by not letting people just burn a significant amount of Skystones to establish themselves in the first week and not be touchable for the rest of the 12 weeks because of the way that the matchmaking and the elo on Broken Streak works, with not being able to even see the people at the top ranks. In addition to these changes this season, we've had a Battle Pass update. Now, the first Battle Pass update you've probably noticed is they've gotten rid of the slate from the Battle Pass and they've changed it to a completion reward. You now get your slate and your frame upon completion. Instead, you used to get the frame as the last day reward and you used to get the slate about in the middle. Now, this would normally be a little bit rough for people who started the season late, joined the game late, or just play Arena very passively. They might be a little upset that they're not going to be able to get their slate until the very end. To combat this, you can now get multiple ranks per day. Instead of just one rank per day, you can get multiple ranks per day. It makes it much easier to clear the board. We're not even in week 2, and I'm already at rank 21, and I haven't even done my arena for today. So it's a lot faster to climb through the ranks and get your rewards. You won't need to be here for all 12 weeks or even 8 weeks to get this done. Probably be finished with this by week 4. In addition to this, they have added a premium battle pass. Now, unlike every other battle pass in Epic 7, this premium battle pass is $30. There is no Skystone option for it. It's just cashing out for $30. And what you get from this battle pass is everything that you see here, you will get doubled. Right? You'll get 4, 4, 4, 4. You'll get 2 of these weapons. And that's really the big thing, right? Is the gear. I mean, don't get me wrong. Reforged mats and charms, those are nice. A lot of us struggle for charms. A lot of us struggle for reforged mats. And this is loaded with charms and reforged mats. But it's the gear that's really catching people's eyes as to whether or not to pick up this battle pass. Getting 2 of each of these pieces of gear. So 6 additional pieces of gear. It is arena gear, which notoriously doesn't roll great. The stats aren't perfectly matched. They're all one-off maximum. Level 88 maximum is 9s. I guess the speed is maxed out, but it's really, really nice gear. The gear doesn't really have dead stats in it. All the stats are stats you would want on this kind of gear, so it's really nice gear. But is 6 pieces of gear worth $30 to you? And a lot of people have their knickers in a twist that they're not offering a Skystone feature. I will say this, Epic 7 is the only game I've ever played where a Battle Pass can be bought with in-game currency instead of just raw cash. So, though this is a departure from the way Epic 7 has done things in the past, it is pretty consistent with how gacha games do it. They're not taking away anything from the players. We're not making anything that was accessible no longer accessible. This is no different than them putting a brand new pack in the shop for $30 with these items. Now, there's some optics to it, right? We're used to seeing premium battle passes be purchasable with Skystones. From epic passes to expeditions, that's kind of been the norm. So it feels a little bit weird to suddenly see a credit card symbol flashing in our face here instead of in the shop. But really, other than the location of it, It's no different than them saying, here is a quarterly pack that has a whole bunch of charms and 6 pieces of gear for $30. And that really is what it comes down to. You've got to look at this like it's a pack and decide, is it worth it to me for 6 pieces of gear, for these pieces of gear? Is this worth $30? The Skystones are really just kind of the charms are really just kind of a bonus, but you got to ask yourself, is this gear worth it to you? And if it is, then get the pack. And if it's not, then pass on it. If you don't buy this at all, it's no different than last week. The additional charms and reforged mats and the little bit of gear you get here is not going to significantly put you behind other players. It's not a pay-to-win pack. It's just some really nice gear. I think this pass has significantly more benefit to newer players than to veterans. Newer players who are starved for gear, newer players who are starved for charms and reforged mats, who are trying to upgrade their stuff, who are really trying to play catch up. This gear, these charms, these reforged mats, all very nice. But for the veterans who have tons of gear already, maybe you want to spend your $30 somewhere else. Maybe you want to spend your $30 on burning passion packs and use those to farm your gear. That's your call. Whether or not you buy this is up to you. I'm still kind of on the fence on it. My arena gear rolled pretty good. I've got to decide if I need more effect res gear on my account and press my luck, right? I could drop $30 and this could all roll like trash. Hard to say. Anyway, for those of you who are really, really upset about this, who are really upset about it not being Skystones, that's my advice to you, is don't look at this like it's a battle pass. Look at this like it is a pack in the shop and compare it to other packs in the shop, and is the $30 worth it? If the $30 is not worth it, then this is overpriced and we need to vote with our feet, not buy it, send feedback, tell them to reduce it down. Tell Smilegate to make this more consistent with other games' battle passes. Other games' battle passes are usually in the $15 to $20 range. $30 is pretty high for a battle pass, but $30 for 6 pieces of gear and some other stuff. I mean, heck, those once-in-a-lifetime packs, they had 1 piece of gear in them and some other stuff. And they were about $30 too, so I don't know. I'd really have to sit down and compare this to the price of other packs to decide whether or not it's worth it. And just to be clear, you will not get double completion rewards. You will not get double slates from buying this pass. It is only the things that you see with the word rank above them that you will get double of when you buy the battle pass. So that's about it. Smilegate, please, for the love of God, fix this. This is one of the few things players can do when they are out of stamina that's not RTA. This is one of the few repeatable content that people can continue to play when they're out of stamina, and it feels bad that it is so difficult to play. The great disaster that is Harsetti has made it incredibly difficult, nigh impossible to maintain a streak for long, and the way the system works with not letting you see people ranked above you after you lose your streak and until you get a significant streak back is not okay. It's resulted in we still have some inflated points, and then we just have people who cannot climb at all in a system where you are incentivizing climbing. So please fix this, Smilegate. That's all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, Epic 7.